presents to you Mr. and Mrs. Van Gans.
Weddings last for a day, but marriages last for a lifetime. Unfortunately, many couples spend much more time and energy and money investing into the first and very little on the latter. And unfortunately, we're seeing the results of that with divorce rates that are at all-time highs. The kinds of things that people should consider when getting married is to prepare for marriage a little bit the way you do when you prepare for a trip. When you're planning to take a trip, you don't typically just wake up and head out the door. You need a roadmap. You need to know where it is that you're going. Unfortunately, many couples are just very ill-equipped. And so the kinds of things that we believe are extremely important for taking this marriage trip are, what are you going to do when you experience conflict? How are you going to handle chores? How are you going to be handling the finances? And just the kinds of things that really do take some thought and thinking through. The major adjustment in getting married has to do with two different people from two different backgrounds coming together and trying to make things work. That's a huge challenge. I've been married for almost 30 years and I'm still making those kinds of adjustments. And so learning how to communicate with this other person and learning how to resolve conflicts with this person are two key elements of adjustment that need to be made and skills that can be learned to hopefully navigate this thing called marriage. The reason that so many marriages end in divorce is because many couples go into marriage having grown up in a divorced household themselves, where their parents were divorced. Another factor is that they may have cohabited. Cohabitation increases the risk of divorce. So does being in a second marriage or a third marriage. Those all increase the risk factors for divorce, as would poverty, financial problems. Those have a stressing effect upon a marriage relationship. Couples who go through the process of premarital mentoring, and just for information's sake, that includes a premarital inventory where both couples take an inventory, they answer questions, and then kind of see what their compatibility is, and then follow that up with mentoring with another experienced or seasoned couple. Couples who do that actually have a 97% success rate over 10 years. And that's quite a bit higher than those couples that don't prepare, that haven't learned what their compatibility is. Another element of taking premarital mentoring is that 10% of those couples end up not getting married in the first place. And so a divorce could be averted or saved. The kinds of services that we offer at Marriage Resource Center of Miami Valley actually help couples create a loving and lasting marriage. And we emphasize the word loving. We're not just interested in having couples endure and go through a marriage for the sake of doing that, but loving and lasting, full of love, full of respect. And so marriage education, we offer a class called Rings, Real Intimacy and Growth Skills. We also offer marriage mentoring, whether it's premarital or enrichment, restoration, step family. We have a whole array of classes that actually help couples to use the tools that they learn in the classes. This sculpture is something that's very precious to my wife and I. We received this from our son and daughter-in-law for Christmas, and it represents the essence of what we're trying to help couples to experience. You can see two individuals, but there's a oneness, there's a completeness here. I can't imagine what it would be like to cut this thing in half. And yet that's essentially what's happening for many couples who, they start out wanting this, but because they're not able to navigate this journey of marriage and they don't have the tools, they end up going their separate ways.